Drugs are substances of a chemical or natural origin that can affect the nervous system, provoking a feeling of euphoria and intoxication. They have irreversible effects on humans. They harm the psyche and physical health. Reception of stupefying drugs forms apathy for ordinary life, provokes nervous disorders and problems with society. Everything that may interest a healthy person seems to be the addict dull and joyless. After the emergence of a habit, all the interests of the individual are reduced to the desire to experience the pleasure of taking narcotic substances again and again. Depending on the type of drugs taken, addiction to them can form immediately or gradually. Psychological dependence is the first stage in the development of a bad habit. It is characterized by the fact that the so-called drug attraction center appears in the brain. Memories of a vivid experience and the work of the attraction center form an irresistible desire to return to the experienced state of high, subjugate the will of a person, and push them to retake drugs. Physical dependence occurs as a result of prolonged intake of stupefying drugs. It is due to the fact that the nervous system adjusts its work to the effect of taking the dose, and when the level of drugs decreases, all processes in the body are disturbed. Physical dependence is characterized by bouts of withdrawal syndrome, and a sharp deterioration in human health. Breaking is an attack of severe pain in all parts of the body that cannot be eliminated by any other means than taking a new dose of stupefying drugs. It is often accompanied by cramps, weakness, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and other organs, as well as aching in the joints, bones, and muscles. In the event of attacks of withdrawal symptom, the body begins to demand the use of narcotic substances more often and in a constantly increasing amount. A new dose of the drug entering the body causes only a temporary improvement in human well-being. The addict, who is in the stage of physical dependence, no longer feels the former pleasure from taking stupefying drugs, but only plunges into a state of temporary oblivion. His physical pain disappears for a while, and he perceives it as a high. To avoid the occurrence of withdrawal, a person is forced to resort to taking drugs several times a day and becomes completely dependent on them. This is called addiction. After the transition of dependence to the chronic stage, it is very difficult to get rid of it. To recover from drug addiction, a person needs the help of specialists. But even after a long and successful rehabilitation, the patient can no longer become the same. The damage to his nervous system and physical health that will accompany him throughout his life. Awareness plays a major role in drug prevention. A person who knows in advance about the dangers awaiting them and about the price of a fleeting high is unlikely to succumb to the persuasion of acquaintances to try a stupefying remedy. Often the victims of addiction are adolescents who are easily influenced by other people. That is why it is important to conduct preventive conversations with children, starting from a very young age, and to teach them to say no in time. The most dangerous myth about drugs is that the first dose does no harm and you can stop in time. But even a one-time intake of a dangerous substance will entail irreversible consequences and can turn a person's life into hell. What do you think? At what age do people most often start using drugs? Share the video, write comments, subscribe to our groups in social networks, and learn a lot of new and interesting facts.